Hey, difference makers. I have my fingers crossed because we all know that my internet is run by hamsters. I'm home today and the internet is definitely country internet, but as a bonus, you get lots of Great Danes periodically, into the mix. So I know that the schedule had said and the graphics had said that this video was going to be about, if you're watching this live, this video was going to be about video and, using video for your business, which in this particular instance, this is what this video is kind of about. But I'm bringing you a video to kind of discuss what you can do during times of uncertainty, because if you're watching this live, of course, everybody is talking about us going through this virus, but I wanted to make a video that doesn't just apply to right now. If you're going through, this time of uncertainty and you have questions, I intended that this really was just a space for you to come and ask those questions live and be able to share a little bit of my knowledge and history as a therapist in doing crisis response and in just being present and letting you know, like, there's another human out here that is willing to share knowledge and is willing to share resources, is willing to just be here if you have questions or you just want to talk. So if you have those questions, please type them in. I can see your comments. And I'm happy to answer those live. I'm happy to have a conversation live. Just let me know how you're doing if you're watching. Let me know what tips that you're using, and we can go from there. But that's really why I'm here right now today. And if you have any questions, Baby V? Do you have any questions?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. How are you handling today?
Didi.
Yeah, with Sissy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey,
Yeah, she's working on schoolwork right now. Yeah. So, put them in. Even if you're not watching this live, if you're watching live, let me know what your questions are. Just reach out. Let me know that you're watching, that you're there, that you're safe, like what you're up to right now, just so we can share a little bit of space live. And if you're watching this not live and you have any questions or you have any comments about how you're responding during times of uncertainty, or how in the past you've responded during times of uncertainty, or any of the stuff that I'm going to share on this video, put it in the comments. I read every single comment, do my best to respond to them. And absolutely, if you have a question, I'll make sure that I get to that. So just make sure in the comments there, my little Bueller graphic. So some of the stuff that sounds pretty simple, but is simple and is great, is to use a schedule. You don't have to have something as complex as this. We all use a calendar anyway. If we were in a real world and at work, we would have meetings and a calendar. And so being able to just have some sense of normalcy, even if you don't go by the calendar, even if you don't have it super strict, just to be able to start your day with an end in mind and kind of a plan is super helpful. And so just even if you write it on a whiteboard or write it on a piece of paper, my daughters and I are kind of doing that every single morning of, here's what we're going to get done today. What are you doing? This. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So, that just helps you have like some kind of clarity, some kind of focus, and just not feel like you're in a constant state of reaction. So, no, that sounds simple, but definitely having a schedule, that's awesome. So, hey, do you want my sweatshirt? I'm going to go give you my sweatshirt. Here.
No.
You're going to no? You got holes on your pants. Yeah. The other thing that I want to share with you, then, this comes from my very best friend, who has been trying to get me to download the software for probably no less than a year and a half, maybe even longer. And I finally downloaded the software and we had a bit of fun with it last night, is Marco Polo. Well, not that Marco Polo. There you go. Just thought we'd have a little bit of fun with that. This Marco Polo. So it's just video chat back and forth, but it's tiny little videos, and it was cool because I could see I could see them in their element, and be able to connect and then be able to respond immediately. And it wasn't like a phone call where, it was like we have to get off or have a reason for calling. It was just kind of this back and forth banter. And I think especially right now, if you're in isolation or if you're in your own like self quarantine, being able to just have that like in-person kind of feeling and sharing a little piece of your world is super important. So that's definitely, I'm not necessarily saying that Marco Polo solves times of uncertainty, but I'm saying look at technology and look at apps and look at ways that you can connect. We have our difference makers group where this video goes live every single week, and type in the difference makers group on Facebook and share with people what it is that you're going through right then and there, and be surrounded with a community of over 100 other individuals who are just there and like-minded and really just want you to succeed. So use technology to remain connected and to maintain some kind of normalcy on the things that are still very important, and be intentional about that. Don't just be scrolling through social media in utter panic. Use technology to be mindfully and intentionally connected and maintain that sense of normalcy. So, and then, so that giant stack of books that you have sitting by, if you're me, my bathtub, because I read in the bath, couvre les bouches, or by your bed, or by your desk, or behind you. Turn around right now and look and see if they're behind your desk, if you're sitting at your desk right now. Be able to, spend some time and read, and be able to, catch up on those books that you said that you wanted to read, or that recommendation, or that gift, or whatever it is. Just look through that. And after you have spent that time reading, really one of the best things to do once you read is to put it into some kind of stream of consciousness. So right now, this is something I'm spending a lot of time doing, reading and then writing down like what my response to those thoughts are, and almost having a paper conversation with the author in order to share my thoughts in Cliff Note versions, or just the inspiration that I get from the book, and be able to share that through our blog platform and other, media outlets. But now is a really great time because you've got some space, and you, during this time of uncertainty, be able to document your thoughts, because this is not going to be the last time that is going to be an uncertain time in your life, or in my life, or in anyone's life. But being able to have kind of how your thought process was during that time and what you were thinking, and being able to share that in a medium or on Medium, is a really great kind of roadmap for the next time you hit uncertainty. And it also helps a tremendous amount of people. Like, you can't underestimate the amount of people that may be impacted by the words that you're writing and sharing, and the thoughts that you're giving to the world. So definitely make sure you're continuing to write through your thoughts and having some kind of outlet for that. I'm seeing a lot of great posts on Medium, so thank you guys for that. A lot of great blogs being shared. Just keep them up. Share them in the Difference Makers group. Definitely love to see them. And then the last is that I have right now is, be mindful of creating some blank space. Without blank space, think about it, without a blank canvas, without blank space, you would have no art to create, no space to create art if everything in this world was constantly filled with something. So being able to have this blank space to think, to read, to write, to really just be mindful, and maybe do nothing but just kind of reflect on the things that got you here and the things that are truly important, and just be mindful of making that space, maybe space for conversations with people that you have been wanting to talk to but just haven't had the time. I mean, this is really the time for all of those things that you have been saying you didn't have time for, as long as you can do them virtually or telephonically. This is time for that. It's time to catch up on that reading. It's time to catch up on that writing. It's just time to catch up, and so in a time of uncertainty, being able to sit back and look at this blank space that we're given, or create some space. Sometimes you have to create some space too, and be able to say, like, what's important right now, and what do I want to be focused on, and how can I use this time and this space and this energy and exercise to make the world a better place. and to execute on, the things that are really intentional rather than just being busy. So that's what I have for you today. Love spending time with you guys. And as always, you know where to find me. Starfish Stories this week went out with my cell phone number in case you had any cause to just reach out and talk. If you're part of an organization, you're going virtual, and you want somebody to just facilitate a space for you to raise your questions, concerns, anxiety, just share some conversations, I'm happy to do that as well. I have this really unique, I'm blessed with this unique set of skills and abilities, both as a therapist and a business owner, to be able to create space for some really cool conversations. And hopefully that's what we can do during this time. V, do you have anything else to add?
Didi.
You say thank you.
Didi.
You say make the world a better place.
Wait.
All right. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.